Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Today we are going to be playing with the new Natasha Denona Love Face Palette. So this is what it looks like right here. I've already, of course, played with it. This is the look that we got. I paid $70 for this on Look Fantastic's website. So here's what happened. There was like an accidental whoopsie and they accidentally released it early. I did not know that. However, that's also like not my fault. So naturally I like dove right on it. I love pinks. I love purples. I love Natasha Denona. This made sense for me and I got it couple days ago at this point. Came in completely shattered. However, I will say Look Fantastic did replace it, and it came in within like 3 days of me saying like, hey, look, my palette is completely shattered. So on that end, I'm really happy with it. I did pay $70. I had like a 15% off coupon, so I think after taxes and all of that, I paid around $67 for it. I did do some swatches of the eyeshadows. So this is what those are looking like. They do swatch really beautifully. This one was a little bit wonky to swatch. However, that being said, I really don't think that hand swatches or finger swatches are like the best indicator of how a shadow is going to perform on our eyes. Our skin on our eyes and our hands are very different. If this is something that you're interested in, I would love it if you would consider giving this video a thumbs up. I would love it too if you would consider subscribing to my channel down below. And without any further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so as I mentioned in the intro, we are playing with the coveted Natasha Denona Love Face Palette. I am so excited. So excited. This color story is right up my alley. So of course we have our cream blush and our cream highlighter and these beautiful eyeshadow shades here. I am jazzed about this situation. I have already done my base. I used products that I know that I love, that I know have played well with similar products in the past. Admittedly, this is my first Natasha Denona face palette, but I have tried her cream formulas in other mini palettes before. And I love them. I love them. I have, actually, I have it right here in my everyday makeup drawer. I have this one, which was one of her other Valentine's Day collection releases, and I love this. I have her Bloom palette. I have her tan palette. I have her bronze palette. I love Natasha Denona. So I have really high expectations. I have not powdered my face. I have found historically that her cream products do work well, or okay, I should say, on top of powder. They can be finessed, but for the sake of fairness, I figured I would not powder first, and we can kind of play with it both ways. So I'm going to take my sponge. This is by DSMD Shop. I will link them down below, and we're first going to go into this cream blush here. So excited. I love it. Holy smokes. Now it's worth noting that this does have a white underbase, so I suspect that for some skin tones, this might not actually work great. But for me and my preferences, I love this. I'm so happy about this. You can see it applied really beautifully right on top of my cream base. I love this. I'm going to take the tip of my DSMD sponge and go into this Dream Glow shade. I love this. I'm so happy with this. So I'm going to go ahead, powder the rest of my face, do my bronzer, prime my eyelids. I'm going to prime my eyelids, and then I'll be right back and we can play with the shadows. Okay, so I am back. Our face is powdered, bronzed. I'm using a new to me bronzer, and it's a little harsh, so we're just gonna move right along and pretend like it's not that harsh. We're just gonna pretend. So as you can see from powdering my face, I lost a little bit of that color. So we're actually going to take one of my tried and true highlighter brushes. This is from Lunar Beauty, and it is the LBF 6 brush. And we're gonna just try to go over the highlighter again and see how it does with a brush. Oh, just fine. Beautiful, actually. beautiful, beautiful. Love that. I'm tempted to go into the blush again and just see if we can build it up a little bit. You can definitely see it, I think, on my cheeks, but I'm looking for a little bit more of a punch. So we're gonna, this might be a mistake, but historically speaking, I have had okay luck with this, so yeah, it's fine. It's not disrupting anything underneath, which is positive. I just love this. I'm so happy about this situation. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes. And to do that, we're gonna go in with a tried and true product. This is from P. Louise. This is in the shade Rumor 0.5. My favorite way to apply it is this Real Techniques brush. What is this even called? Deluxe Crease Brush. Okay, so our eyes are all primed, ready to go. I'm so excited. This color story is just right up my alley. It's worth noting I do not have the mini Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes that she's come out with for Valentine's Day. So if you have those, I can see how this might not make a ton of sense, but for me, this makes great sense. I'm so jazzed. So we're first gonna go in all in the crease and bring it kind of high up with this Juliet shade. To do that, I'm gonna use this brush here by Laura Lee Los Angeles, and this is her L38 brush. It's worth noting, I do not set my eyelid primer. I would prefer to go in with patting motions followed by sweeping motions to get the most intense pigment possible. It's also why I love my P. Louise base. Glamlight makes really cost-effective bases that work very similarly, and I just feel like they give the best color payoff. I find that when I do set my eyelids, I tend to lose some of that pigmentation, or I have to work even harder to build it back up, and that's just not, it's not the vibe. I love how vibrant this shade is. It's like, I feel like sometimes when I want this shade of pink, it doesn't necessarily translate from pan to eye the way that this one is, and I am just over the moon. Next, we're gonna go in with this Bling Brushes in collaboration with Paige Corin, and this is an E22, and we're gonna go in to this darker pink shade here called Esme, and we're going to place that right into the depths of my crease. I find that if I tilt my head back, I'm able to get a little bit more precise into the crease where I want it. I don't want it to go too high. I just want a little bit of depth. I do have hooded eyelids, so you're not gonna like see it too much, but I just kind of want like a little bit of a peekaboo out of the hood here for a little bit of depth, a little bit of jazz. I kind of want to leave this in a bubblegum moment. However, I know that I should try to use more shades. So I'm going to instead go in with the shade here called Ico. I hope I'm saying that right. Please correct me if I'm not. I'm just going to use, honestly, that same Blinged Brushes brush. And we're going to just put that on the outer corner, the outer V, if you will. And I'm just going to use really gentle tapping motions. Normally I would do my eyes before my base so that if I do make any mistakes, I'm able to clean it up a little bit more readily. But for the sake of today's video and the products that we're using, it didn't really make sense for me to do that. I will say one of the things that I love most about Natasha Denona shadows is the way that they blend into each other, not just on top of each other. So I don't know if you guys can see, but the way that that purple blended in with the pinks, It just looks so good. I'm so happy about this. In with the shimmer shade here called F3, and I'm going to apply that using my Lunar Beauty LBF4 brush. I am going to wet the brush. This is nothing personal against Natasha Denona. This is just how I kind of prefer to work with shimmer shadows. I'm just using my Nimia spray. I just find that it reduces fallout, especially where we did do our base before our eyes. I love these eyes. I love them so much. I don't think I want to wear false lashes today because I just love this eye look. I'm just going to quickly go back in with my E22 brush by Blink Brushes with a dot of that Ica shade and just make sure that the shimmer, affinity, and Ica are blended. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead off camera and finish up my lips, apply my mascara and eyeliner, and I will be right back to give final thoughts. Okay, so my base is all set, and I have to say, I love my makeup today. I don't know that I have loved my makeup this way in a long time. And that's not to say I love my makeup most days. Like I did my declutter series. I don't know if you saw that, but I can link those down below. And I got rid of products that like didn't serve me. And so, you know, throughout the month of January, I have been able to use products that I know and that I love and that I don't feel like I have to like try to use. So I love my makeup collection and I love a lot of the makeup looks that I come up with. This is one of my favorites. Pink and purple eyeshadow are my favorite, my absolute favorite. So that being said, I knew that this collection was going to be something I at least liked, right? However, I love the way my makeup looks today. For eyeliner, I did go in with my ColourPop gel liner in the shade Amethyst Hour. For eyeliner, mascara, I went in with my CoverGirl Exhibitionist. Favorite. And then on the inner corner, I was thinking about using the highlight, which maybe I should have, but this shade from Lethal Cosmetics, this is their liquid shadow in the shade Gateway. It's just really special and beautiful, and I feel like makes this look, just it gives that cherry on top. My thoughts on this palette. I love it. I love it. I don't love this packaging, however. I think you guys can see there's like little paw prints all over it, and this is my first day playing with it, so that's not my favorite, but I love these shadows. This is that classic Natasha Denona shadow that blends beautifully. They go so easily onto the eye. They blend beautifully with each other. I love her cream products. Honestly, when her Bloom palette came out, and I used that cream blush for the first time. That is my first love as far as cream blush goes. So I had a feeling that if it was the same formula, I was going to love it. However, cautionary tale, it does have a white base. So my concern there is that as far as the number of individuals with a deeper skin tone than mine that can use it, I'm just not sure. I don't know if it's going to translate quite the same as it did on me. I'm a little worried about that. If you do have a deeper skin tone than me, hopefully this will like be officially released very soon, and you can certainly seek out a YouTuber or content creator that has a deeper skin tone than mayonnaise, and they might be able to do a better job of saying if this would work well for you than I can. So I do apologize that I can't speak to that. I can say if you have a skin tone similar to mine or lighter, I think that you're going to love this. If you love a true bubblegum pink, this is that really light white base, a little bit of a blue hue, bubblegum true pink. This highlighter, stunning. I do not look good in a straight up gold highlighter. It just doesn't work. I have cool undertones, so if I put a gold highlighter on, I look ridiculous. So this one comes off as more of a champagne gold, and I love it. It's not going to be a super blinding highlight like that new Selena Gomez highlighter that has gone viral. However, it's going to provide a glow from within. You can definitely build it up to be more intense. eyeshadows, I think, are the star of the show. The star of the show. Honestly, these two pinks, absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. I love these tones. This purple as well blends beautifully right into the pinks. It's not going to overtake your eye look and just go on top. It's going to blend in really nicely. I loved this affinity shade. The only one we didn't use is this shade here, Giddy. So certainly I will test that out and report back. However, I love this palette. I love this palette. I think that if you are my skin tone or lighter, you're going to love this palette if you love these tones. I don't think you're going to regret it. I got mine off of Look Fantastic. I think I mentioned this in the intro, but for good measure, I got mine off Look Fantastic, $70. I did have like a discount code. I think I got like 15% off, so I paid like $67 or something like that. And I think it was worth it. For me, it was worth it. I certainly would not want to tell any of you or anyone in general what to spend their money on, but I think that if this is something you're eyeing and you're like, oh, I think I might really like that, I really don't think you'll be disappointed. I love it. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It would mean so much to me if you would subscribe to my channel down below. And as always, please stay happy, stay healthy, and stay blessed. And I will see you on the next video. Bye.